Yo, what's up, YouTube? This is my first audio video. So, um, I just let me just briefly introduce myself. So, I'm Sandra, and I'm from China, and I'm glad to be here to talk to you guys about something that happened in my life, or yeah, just like if to check if we have the similar experiences and sort of like that because I'm just so fucking having no idea about what I'm going to write in my damn college application essay. So I feel like I need to collect some experiences or memories in order to write a damn shit. I swear a lot. Sorry, because I'm kind of mad. I'm a mad girl. All right. So yeah, and if you can see me from my profile or from my name, yeah, I'm from China, and I mean, like, is it possible for me to upload something on this channel? Not sure. So yeah, if I could do so, it would be bad. It would be good, not better, because we don't have something to compare to. And what I'm going to talk about today is about like some mixed feelings about the book. It's called The Catcher in the Rye. But personally, I don't have not. I mean, I don't have a lot of feelings about it because it's just about a boy, yeah, cute boy who dropped out of school and went on the streets and got all fucked up and got all drunk, and also met some girls and random people and talked to them, and even and also he was nearly got, how should I say, like he was he was so near to be sexually abused, or you can say that, yeah, to be let me just check the word. Sexually assaulted, yeah, assaulted by his teacher, who was a flit. Yeah, flit, that's a good word. I mean, I only know gay, or I only know, yeah, that kind of word, and I think that, like, I mean, I don't have any discriminations, and I mean, flit is a kind of like a word that is totally unfamiliar with me, to me, and so when I first looked at the word, I was like, flit, and I was confused, and I checked out the word, look up the word in the dictionary, and the dictionary just told me it was like something that flies very quickly above the ground, and I was like, what? He could not be the bird or something, but it turns out like that the teacher was gay, and so he may be assaulting him with his patting like on the forehead. So I was kind of like shocked. I mean, I never expected that to happen. And so that book is about a boy who sneaked out of his school because he was fired, and because he just failed in 3 out of 4 courses, and the only courses he just succeeded. Succeeded. Yeah, if my grammar is right. So the only course he succeeded in was English, and the other 3 were all failed. I mean, it's not so strange, I guess, because in my when I was in my middle school, the only subject that I was pretty good at was history, and I really loved it. Damn, I really loved it, because the only thing I needed to do was to I needed to do. Yeah, I needed to do, yeah. Grammar check. Okay, I needed to do was to, to read some texts on the textbook, and also to do some practices, and to speak a lot in the class, because nobody was speaking. So if I spoke, I was speaking. Okay, so if I spoke, the teacher would be really happy and delighted, and she would respond to me somehow. And I was the only one who was actively listening to her, because everybody else was thinking that the history classes were boring as hell. But I thought it was pretty interesting. And my history teacher, just every class, she just told me a story, or told the class a story. That was terrific. That was awesome. I mean, like the things that happen in the old Asian China and stuff like that, and also when she talked about the Europe, the Renaissance, the things like that, and she just really told us some interesting facts, but nobody else was listening to her, so that was pretty, what a pity, I guess. I mean, But I really loved history, and I was only the top highest score in my grade. I'm not boasting. Yeah, you can ask. Okay, maybe you don't know them. So, oh yeah. Speaking of my middle school, I think I'm not enjoying a really good middle school. I think a lot of people don't. Partly because middle schools, kids are not so mature. But there are two types of kids in middle school. Middle schools. All right. Fuck the grammar. Okay. So I think that there are two. Like one group of them, one group is like pretty mature. Those big big asses, and they will be like trying to ace every tasks or trying to act cool, smoking, hanging out with their friends. And another group is like small, like childish ones, and I belong to those childish children. And so I guess why that was also the reason. I guess why I was kind of like alienated by my friends or by my classmates when I was in middle school, because I was just one of the people that were pretty childish and pretty imaginative and pretty much wasn't doing the thing that I needed to do. For example, like I was pretty bad in math, and I didn't even think about like what should I do to make my math better. I would just say, damn, to help with it. I would just keep my math score like that. And so especially my homeroom teacher was a math teacher, and she really disliked me, or she just didn't quite like me. She just favored those children who studied really well, who had really high scores, and I was, near the bottom of the class. So she didn't really care about me, but I really messed up something for her, and she really needed to cover those stuffs up or shits up for me. So she really disliked me somehow. And also especially my Chinese teachers, even though I was really pretty good at writing, I even thought to be a writer in the future. Maybe I would, maybe I don't know. Maybe I won't. Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure. But she just disliked me a lot because I was always trying to express my feelings on her classes, and she just didn't like my feelings because she thought my feelings were bullshit, and also I talked too much, so that she could not get my point. And what's the stupidest thing in my Chinese classes is that the Chinese teacher was always expecting you to say whatever she wants you to say. If you didn't say the thing she wanted you to say, she would say that no, all what you're saying was just nonsense. Just shut up. And I would be like, just don't do that, bro. Just don't do that. Don't do that to a little child like me. I'm still growing. I need more suggestions. I'm not expecting you to do this to me. I'm not expecting you to put a bandage on my mouth and shut my mouth. Yeah. And it was pretty miserable because I was kicked out by her once, that day. And I ran to the teacher's office, and I saw the history teachers, and my tears were just bursting out because I could not control anymore. I feel so terrible and so misunderstood, because that day I remember the only bad thing I did was that the Chinese teacher, she just stepped into our classroom, and she saw a piece of paper near my table, and she asked me to pick that up, and I picked that up in a way that kind of pissed her off. So she asked me to just get the hell out of here, and I just did so. And I ran to the teacher's office crying, and the history teacher just told me that, yeah, you should behave better maybe. And she was really, she concerned about me, not only because I had a really good score, but also she concerned about me because she knew that I'm not a bad girl. I was just not so mature. I did not recognize the importance of studying at that time, or I did not just really give a shit about the school. So, yeah. I think life is good, but my life in middle school was not that good. Well, my parents always told me that, no, you just keep forward. You don't need to look backward to your past. They are all the past is the past. You cannot change it. And I was like, yeah, you're right, but the psychological impact is here. And how would you explain on that? So yeah. And also they told me that I had a pretty happy childhood, and I don't need to really recall those difficulties or those miserable things happened in my childhood, and I was like, you cannot just, please don't just ban me from expressing my own pains and the worries. I've been a really traumatized girl since I was a little. So why are you guys trying to smother me by saying that no, those are not really trauma things at all. So you should just shut the heck up and do your thing. And every time we'll be like, yeah, I've been doing my thing in schools, and also I've been doing my shitty things as long as I have time. I've been working so damn hard. So why, if you guys just cannot see what I'm doing, just shut up. You cannot just, yeah. And also they just kind of like don't understand me. So so every time when I think, like when I say so, I can picture myself as a girl who is really rebellious and who is really have a conflict with their parents, with her parents. And yeah, this is the truth. But I'm not trying to be that immature. I mean, I've grown a lot. I was a little kid in my middle school, and I literally didn't know nothing about that. And so my parents would, me and my parents, our relationship is kind of not so delicate, but also pretty delicate. I mean, if I really get pissed off or really mad, I may just kick them out or just don't care about them anymore. But I mean, I still care about them and I also love them, but it's just, I think they're not so understandable. Like they're not apprehensive, or they're not trying to understand me in a way that I'm expecting them to do so. So that makes things much more complicated. Yeah. I'm nice. It's nice for me to have like both parents and a little cute brother, but speaking of family, I can never get out of the traumatized experiences that I have been in this damn family. And I mean, I need to do very hard in order for me to forget all those shitty things. So, yeah, and I mean, all the traumas, the wounds take time to heal. Yeah, so I think that's for today. I don't need to say much because I have another meeting following. And I need to focus on my works. Otherwise, I'll fail. This is the truth. So I gotta do this. So I really had a miserable middle school life, and I hope that my high school life would be better. And now I'm really enjoying a better high school life. I mean, I'm doing what I want. I'm making effort to pursue for a better future. I mean, that's cool and that's awesome. That's dang cool. But I sometimes still feel like I'm lonely and lonesome. I'm lonesome and I'm lousy. Not lousy. Wait, I just learned that word. Okay, lousy. Somehow lousy. Yeah, and also sometimes I am not that good and misbehave sometimes. Fall in love with some random guy sometimes. And I think, yeah, that's the thing. And yeah, so that's for all for this episode. Thank you so much.